Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. This is going to be a collective general message for air signs at the end of September 2019. Hello, air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. All right, air signs. Welcome to this lovely little corner that I have found in my sister's home. Some of you may or may not know I am vacationing right now, visiting my sister who lives a few states away from me. And yeah, so I'm doing readings in this lovely little nook I found. Oh no, my light, my lighting. It's getting late in the day. It's like late afternoon, so I'm trying to get you guys done and water signs done before the sun goes down because the actual lighting in this room is terrible. Oh, it's ugly. Anyway, air signs, what's going on? I hope everything's going well in your lives. This collective reading that I'm doing by elements is to take place of the mid-September readings. Unfortunately, guys, I had no time and I didn't have much energy that I could dedicate to doing the mid-September readings. If some of you may or may not know, I'm not sure if air signs know unless you were cross-watching other videos, but I actually had a short stint in the hospital a few weeks ago, and the recouping after that stay, like again, my energy was just like not in line with doing readings. So I had to really bail on a lot of my commitments in terms of tarot at that time. And then of course that ran right into this vacation that I had planned for myself months ago. So here's what we're doing, collective energies. Now, we're going to do it. These are your shared energies. We'll discuss those first. Then we're going to do individual clarifiers that kind of give more information for each of you. So it'll be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius in that order as you guys appear on the zodiac wheel. And there will be timestamps for all 4 sections in the description box below. So you can click those and jump ahead if you want to. That's why I put them there. Also down there, you can find the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. You simply follow the steps that are laid out there for you. But if you have any questions before you actually place an order, if you need to clarify something, you can also email me at the same address and ask your question. I've been led for some reason to also suggest to people who might need to ask me a question or clarify something with me, you can go ahead and send me a message through YouTube, but I don't even know if that feature works. But my guides have told me to say it, so I'm just saying it. Whether or not that feature actually works, I don't know. Anyway, so if you just want to get in touch with me and you don't feel comfortable sending me an email, you can try and DM me through YouTube, but I'm not sure if that feature even works. Anything else? Oh yeah, liking, sharing, subscribing, and leaving comments below. That's all welcome here, especially if the message resonates with you. I love that feedback, and of course, everything is energetic, right? So if you do any of those things in a positive way, that's good karma, essentially. But I don't want to get into like a deep discussion about what karma is all about. Anyway, guys, that's the shared energy, so we're just going to hop into it. I'm going to stop shuffling these because I just do that to keep my hands busy. Actually, at work, I shuffle tarot cards all day. I'm sure I'm very weird in my office for doing that, but it's something that I do. I don't know why. Anyway, air signs, let's see what's going on with you guys. In your communal energy, you have the Judgment card, Wheel of Fortune, and Knight of Wands in reverse. First card out is the Judgment card. Secondary major arcana for Scorpio. So some of you might be dealing with a Scorpio, but you don't have to be. The Judgment card really does talk about sort of what is depicted here on the Rider-Waite deck. Calling something up from the dead, particularly a person or a situation or a relationship or what have you, and really kind of either giving something a second shot or making a final judgment call on a situation and actually burying it for the final time and really putting it to bed. So it's going to go either way. Some of you are wanting something to return or a person to return. Others of you, you're like, get this situation out of my life, get this person out of my life, and I no longer want to be involved. Now, in that latter group, where you want to finalize something and kind of draw a line under a relationship or a person or just a situation in your life, a circumstance, I feel that there's still this repetitive factor. So this person or this situation has been in your life or been around you for a while and has had this revolving door effect previously. Others of you, you don't mind the revolving door, or rather you're anticipating the revolving door, the return, and you're expecting it, you want it, you welcome it. Either way, the fact that this is appearing here in your reading, air signs, it feels as though a lot of the ball is in your court. If not strictly your decision, if not strictly your judgment call, you certainly have more pull in the situation than maybe you realize, you know. And or maybe the pull that you have isn't necessarily conscious. Okay, it's maybe not something that you recognize, because the judgment card often, well, not often, but as you can see, there's an angel at the top of the card, right? So that speaks to divinity, that speaks to guides, that speaks to some type of spiritual entanglement or some type of spiritual connection that exists within you. Now, I don't want to generalize all air signs as being, you know, away from the spiritual or esoteric space, because obviously you're watching this tarot reading, and maybe you watch others, and maybe you watch psychics and mediums and all that kind of stuff, right? So I'm not trying to discredit your connection with the esoteric, but I feel as though some of you, maybe you're ignorant to it, or you're just like becoming like, it's new to you, and because it's new, you're not necessarily sure. You feel you second guess yourself. Oh, sorry, I'm looking out the window. That is not my sister, because she might just bust in the door here any moment. Anyway, so it feels as though it's new to you, and because it's new and it's unfamiliar, you're on shaky ground with it. You're on shaky ground with being led by your intuition, being led by your spirit guides, being led, you know, some of you in a more, you know, earthly experience. Maybe you've prayed a lot. Maybe you've been going back to your faith, going back to your religion. And now that your prayers seem to be being answered, this person is coming back to you, or you're seeing a way to kind of, you're seeing a way to exit a situation with a person. You're kind of like mistrusting it. Like, oh, this is the thing I've prayed for forever, but now that it's materializing, now that it's coming about in my life, can I really trust it? So there's something here with that judgment card that asks you, do you really want this? Like, final call, last call. If you really want this person out of your life, mean it, follow through, sever the tie, be done with it. Or, you know, follow your instincts and follow the guide and the, yeah, just follow what you know. Or if you want the return of a person, the return of a situation, the reestablishment, or the chance to go after something again, to pursue a relationship again, mean it, act upon it, follow your instincts, follow your intuition, follow your guides, follow the signs and synchronicities that your angels or whoever are giving to you, and really, you know, because that's the issue for me. Feels like you're talking the talk, but you're not walking the walk. Air signs is kind of what this is. You're putting the prayers out there, you're doing the manifestation practices, you're watching the tarot readings, you're consulting with psychics, or you're getting readings done by tarot readers, and they're telling you what to do, or they're giving you advice, they're giving you suggestions, points of action to take, but then you don't take that point of action. That's what that feels like. Next card out in the communal energy is the Wheel of Fortune, associated with fixed signs, so Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, so you might be dealing with one of those signs. And additionally, as it's the Wheel of Fortune associated with Jupiter, it also has an association with Sagittarius, so you might be dealing with any of those signs or none at all. It really doesn't matter in a general like this. So, Wheel of Fortune talks about divine timing, sort of the nuts and bolts of the thing. Sort of the basis of the whole thing is the timing, and things happening exactly when they need to happen. And sometimes that is not congruent or not pleasing to our human experience. You know, a lot of people, we want something, we want it like immediately. And divine timing, God's timing, the timing of the universe, what have you, however you want to describe it, usually is on a totally different schedule, right? And that can be aggravating. So that's at play here for some of you. Some of you, this is a timing issue. The return of this person is not in line with what you need, or being done with a person, like the universe or the situations around you or the temperature around you is saying, okay, end it, and you're like, but wait, and you're kind of wanting time to slow down. You're kind of not ready to put something to bed. Others of you, you're anticipating a return and you want it today, and it's not coming today. I don't know when it would come, but it's just not today. With it being a 10, maybe the month of October, right? So that's right around the corner. So some of you really wanted something to go off in September. You were really wanting to solidify something in September or get something off the ground in September, but maybe it'll happen in October. That's just because this is the 10. That's not, I'm not a time teller when it comes to tarot. So it's going to go either way. The other part of this being that it's, you know, anxious. You know, I don't know who out here is feeling anxious, but the situation, okay. The situation, for those that feel this way, if you're anxious about it, whether it's to end a situation or to begin a situation again with a person, or, you know, start over something like a personal endeavor that you have, whatever you're dealing with, it gives you anxiety. I'm feeling that here. There's an anxiety about it. And that anxiety, you have to master that. You really have to get that under control. Now, anxiety is going to vary on you know, on a spectrum. You know, some people have severe anxiety, panic attacks, you know, shallow breathing, you might pass out, you might lose your appetite, your behavior changes, you might become irritable and angry, whatever it is. You might become distraught, you know, reduced to I'm seeing someone like reduced to the floor, like on their, like in the fetal position on the floor crying. So, or general anxiety, just like feeling like a slight panic about you, or like, you know, you get the shakes, you know, your leg starts bobbing up and down because you're so anxious about the situation, or you're anticipating something. So that anxiety, for whatever reason, is a hindrance here, because you have the guidance and you have the signs with the Judgment card. You've been aligned with whatever you wanted, to end something, to start again, whatever your goal is, air signs. You've been aligned with that energy for a while. You put in that cosmic order a long time ago. And the timing of it is crucial. But additionally, there's something here about your own anxiety. Perhaps you've, because the fixed sign energy, the only one here who's a fixed sign is Aquarius. But, you know, this is the general energy for all three of you. So I feel you all kind of would understand what I'm about to say, which is to be fixated on something stirs up anxiety. So, oh, what's the matter, Miko? What? Miko. These are my sister's cats. You can't see them, but I'm sure you could hear them. Is it time to eat? It might be time to eat. I'll feed you guys in about 20 to 30 minutes. You'll be okay. So being fixated on this goal of yours, this goal that's housed in the Judgment energy, in the Judgment card, right? That fixation, I don't want to say it affects the divine timing, but it certainly doesn't help. Because the thing about both Judgment and the Judgment card and the Wheel of Fortune and any major arcana is, a lot of times it's about relinquishing control, because it's about partnership with the universal powers that be, whether that be God, your personal savior, Jesus Christ, you know, Allah, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, or, you know, something else. It doesn't matter. But it's like a co-partnership. That doesn't make sense. A partnership. And because you've been so fixated on, I need it now, I want it tomorrow, I needed it yesterday, I want to see this happen, and you are so laser focused on this thing, it kind of grinds this to a halt, or it speeds it up. And that doesn't sit well with you. That doesn't jive with you. You're sort of getting in your own way, air signs, it feels like. And the only reason I mention that is because the quality, or one of the qualities of the fixed signs, is being so rigid and so just anchored into a particular thing, whether that be a goal, whether that be a creative idea, whether that be an activity. You know, fixed signs are very dedicated to whatever they set their mind to. And I feel collectively, air signs, that's what you've done. And so this anchored, very, like, now they're showing me like talons of a bird, like gripping onto a tree branch, and like, you know, that really tight grip is really not helping. Okay, your last card in the communal energy is the Knight of Wands in reverse. So fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You might be dealing with one of those signs, but you don't have to be. So progression, right? Knights always signal progression. Knight of Wands, second fastest knight, so that would be some pretty substantial or pretty timely progression. But in the reverse, we have it, we're either at a standstill, we're at a detour, we're on a delay, we're stuck in a loop, maybe. You know, this Knight of Wands to me feels like if it's not someone else, it would be you, air sign. It could be someone else or it could be you. But this feels like somebody who's like, I never saw that movie, but I know the premise. I think it's called Terminal with Tom Hanks, and he plays this like Eastern European guy or something like that. Somebody with a language barrier who doesn't speak English, and he gets caught and stuck in an airport for days or weeks or some shit like that. Like, that's the premise of the movie. I've never seen it, but I know that's the premise. And that's what this feels like. Somebody who's due to travel, due to move, due to progress in some type of way, but they're stuck in a circumstance that's out of their control. As a traveler from one country to another, Tom Hanks just wants to get to his destination. But because of the TSA, because of customs or whatever reason, he loses the control to get to where he wants to go. It's now in the hands of other people. It's now in the hands of powers that be, the entities that run the airport and decide who may enter a country or may not enter a country, right? So that's what this feels like. This person could be you, could be someone else. I don't know. We'll find out as we clarify for each of you. But there's a standstill. Maybe there's also confusion. Because if it's not about powers that be, this would be someone who's lost their way or lost their will, lost their dedication to it, because all knights are dedicated to their goal, dedicated to their journey, right? The Knight of Wands in reverse, dealing with passion, dealing with maybe love, romantic or otherwise, creativity. So that energy is like drained from this person or misdirected. And they're kind of, I don't want to say they're at a loss, because this really, in combination, all three feels like because of the time, because of the circumstance, because of the anxiety, because of other factors that I might not be able to pick up on, things are just out of whack. And it feels temporary, or it feels, even if it feels like it's lasted forever, it obviously it won't last forever. Nothing in a tarot reading will last forever, right? So I would say don't fret, but I guess we're going to find out in a second how much you have to fret with each of you, right? So let's go ahead and get 2 for each of you guys. 2 for Gemini, 2 for Libra, 2 for Aquarius. Do I need a bridge? Yes, thank you. Do I need a bridge? Another bridge, yes. One more. You guys got a lot of bridges here. See? Like, it's taking one more? Yes. Are you, some of you guys, like, afraid to approach, afraid to change? It's like you want it, but you don't want it? Are we ready? One more. One more, okay. You guys are like so hesitant. And that, you know, actually, now that I'm thinking about this, it took me a long time to even, yes, my meditation for you was a long time. So long. I was really pissed, actually. Wow. Interesting. And I had forgotten about it until now. That's weird. All right, anyway. Any more after this? Last one, maybe? Last one, maybe. Yes, good. Woo, we got it. Oh man, that was weird. All right, 2 for Gemini, 2 for Libra, and 2 for Aquarius, please. Oh. 2 for Gemini, please. Yeah? Good. Thank you. 1 more for Gemini, please. Thank you. Whoa. This is like the oldest deck I have. And it's like, sometimes it shuffles easy. Sometimes it's a little wonky. 2 for Libra, please. Ooh, Libra. Out the gate. 2 for Libra, or 1 more for Libra, please. 1 more for Libra, please. Libra, you're shooting out the gate. What's that about? And 2 for Aquarius. Please show me. 2 for Aquarius, please. Oh. 1 more for Aquarius. Oh. Aquarius, you're very hefty. 1 more for Aquarius. Whoa. 2. We don't want that. Let's see what's going on here. They want the bottom. Okay. Sorry, Aquarius. No 6 of Wands for you. All right, let's see what's going on. Gemini, you have, in addition to the 3 communal cards, you have 5 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. Am I even in frame? I think I'm out here if I'm in frame. My setup is so different, so I'm not even 100%. I think it's good here. Anyway, 5 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles has been coming up for other signs, so that's interesting. This evaluation thing is persistent. Anyway, Gemini, you've really contended, and you've had competition. Or people are competing for you. Now, I'm getting, for some of you, this competition is actually a work-based thing, where you've been vying for a position, or people are vying for a position, and you're like interviewing them, you're the boss or the hiring manager or whatever it is. And it's actually very internalized. So this could be like office politics gone totally off the rails. This could be, you know, candidates for the position in your office like backstabbing each other, selling each other down the river, throwing each other under the bus. And it's not difficult in the sense of it's going to last long, because what did we talk about? Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune. This whole situation is down to divine timing. It's down to things kind of coming out when they need to come out, right? So I feel it's difficult, but it will be short-lived. It's not anything that you need to worry too heavily about. But the idea of competition, or the idea of people vying for a certain position, or being so adversarial, really upsets you. And I feel you're mostly a witness. Some of you might be participating in this. Some of you might be, you know, getting involved in office gossip and really stirring the pot, or really witnessing other people stir the pot and kind of sitting back and not really saying much. But I feel that this behavior amongst either this specific group of people or this specific business where you work is constantly happening. Like, maybe you have high turnover at your job, and so these positions, or this one position, just keeps having to be filled, and it's really annoying to you that you have to constantly interview for this one position, knowing full well that it's hard to keep someone in that position. Does that make sense? So it feels like you've been asked or tasked with or put in charge of setting up someone in a position at your job, knowing full well either the person or the people that are applying for the job are not qualified, but you have to place someone in that position. And it's like annoying to you. Like, here I go again. I have to go and hire somebody for this, and I don't even care because they're going to get fired or they're going to quit or whatever. So it's kind of like, so for you, Gemini, you might see, that's, okay. If you're in a position of power as a manager, as someone who can sort of restructure the way a company, or restructure the way one position is in charge of something, like reassigning. There you go, like reassigning or restructuring a position. If you have any type of handle in the design of it, in the practical application of what this person will do versus what the next person will do, I think your Seven of Pentacles is aiding you in that. Like, just to give a very quick example, maybe you're hiring for a supervisor or some type of lead, but the workload of that one position should be split between two people. Now, most of the time when that happens, you don't do that, because to pay two people to do the work of one is not feasible for bottom line business earnings, right? It minimizes your profits, it minimizes whatever. So you might not be able to make that call on your own. This might be something that you need to push to your higher ups and be like, listen, over the last year, we've seen 5 people in the same position. We need to split these duties between 2 people. How can we do that? So that's what that Seven of Pentacles is really saying to me. Now, as it applies to everything that came in your common energy, and I really feel that's heavily in work. If it's in any other area, I'll pick these up again just to maybe see, but I really feel this is heavily work for you, Gemini. So as it applies to everything that was shared in the communal cards, I mean, you've been here before, Judgment. You want to get over this. You don't want to have to keep, interviewing people and posting. You don't even want to keep posting the damn board on your internal internet. Just like, oh my God, here we go again. We're hiring in this department for this position. And it's just like, here come all these knuckleheads trying to shoehorn themselves into a job that they're underqualified for, or they don't it's like they don't know how hard this job is. And you don't want to see people go into a job where they're eventually going to quit or get fired. Excuse me. So the timing of it, or rather the solution, I think comes in time, and it requires some type of creative solution. But this could be you, Gemini, being the Knight of Wands in reverse. You have a solution. You're thinking of a solution with that Seven of Pentacles, right? You're pondering the ways to make this work so that you don't have to take, like, I feel a lot of you are like carving time out of your schedule to go hire other people. And it's not even necessarily a part of your daily routine, but here you are on this like panel, this review board, whatever. Your hands might be tied because you could see a solution. Let's split the duties between 2 people. But what works out fiscally for the company is to not split the duties, to assign it to one person and keep that as the status quo. And you're like, then we're just going to keep losing people. And you really don't see the purpose in doing this again and again and again and again and again. So you're frustrated. You're super frustrated. Now, is this something else than work? Because that's very specific. 5 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. Relationship, thank you, okay? I'll try and make this quick because, I want to be fair to everybody. Relationship. This could be for those, especially those who might be single. I think, like, you see how the 7 of Pentacles is like, he's looking at the pentacles, but the orientation, that the way I'm holding it in my hand, he could be looking at these 5 people over here squabbling. You might be looking at people going on blind dates, going on speed dates, going on dates where your friends are like, oh, I know the perfect guy for you. I know the perfect girl for you, whatever. And you're just like sitting at the table, underwhelmed. Just like, people are petty with the 5 of Wands a lot, so you might be introduced to the perfect person, but then, comes to find out they're cheap on the date. You're looking at your wallet, you're feeling secure, but then this person is like, pulling out a coupon. So I got this coupon, it says 10% off if I order 2 entrees, and you're like, what? Bro, you're 38 years old. You got a coupon for Red Lobster? Come on, man. So some of you are like really just underwhelmed with the quality of people that you're dating, that you're meeting in the dating world, and you're just like, rather stick to your guns, rather be alone. And maybe that's what you're deciding. Some of you maybe This is like, you know, by the end of 2019, if I don't have a partner, if I don't have somebody of quality, I'm just going to rock out by myself. I'm just going to be single and be happy with it. And that's why the universe is like, do you really mean that? Do you really mean that? So there's something there about you're saying that you want this and you're being tested. So maybe the whole coupon situation at Red Lobster, although it doesn't appeal to you that someone would do something like that on a date, maybe you should like look beyond that flaw. Maybe. All right, so that's just a quick way that you might read that if you were dating, okay? Let's move on to Libra. Libra, hello. You have, boom, 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 the Hermit card in reverse and Temperance. Two major arcanas, Hermit card representing Virgo, you might be dealing with a Virgo, and Temperance representing Sagittarius, so you might be dealing with a Sagittarius. But it's a general, you might not be dealing with either of those signs. Hermit in reverse. Listen, Libra, either you or someone that you're involved with is just not doing the heavy lifting here. And by heavy lifting, I mean like the spiritual internal revenue that needs to be done when you make big cosmic orders and you're faced with the energy of the Judgment card and the Wheel of Fortune, and even to some degree with that Knight of Wands in reverse. To handle all of this, you really have to have some semblance and understanding of what's going on in your internal space. And someone around you, if it's not you, is not on that level just yet. Is not fully capable. Is not fully aware of their own motivations. Is that why you're being held back? If you're not aware of why you want something, and you want it just for the sake of wanting it, do you truly want it? Oh my God, that cat is going crazy over there. So in the sense of what I spoke about at the beginning about wanting someone back or wanting to let someone go, do you really? With the Hermit card in reverse, do you really? This Hermit card in reverse shows me someone who hasn't done the deep dive or has only gone so deep. You know, the Hermit goes into this cavernous internal space, like a deep subterranean space. And it's dark in there. Like, this is what I'm seeing. It's dark in there. And he only carries this little lantern, right? I'll show you this card upright so you can see it. He only carries that one little lantern, right? So you never get to see all of the cavern, all of the cave in one shot. You have to go piece by piece, a foot, you know, a few feet, a few paces by, you know, incrementally you see it all. But I feel that someone, again, it's either you or someone around you, has only done about a third or a half of the work. They haven't explored all of the cave. They haven't gone to the depths that they need to go to. And so that's why we have this delay. That's why we have this, are you sure? Are you sure? Can you be sure? You know, kind of energy coming out of the communal cards. So if you want someone back, why? Simply, why? Well, I love them. Okay. What else? They love me. What else? You know, with the Wheel of Fortune, that's about expansion, right? That's about things enriching your life, the situation you're involved in, the people that you're involved in, the opportunities that come around you, or the opportunities that you plot and you pursue for yourself. Everything is about expansion and growth and beneficial energy. With the Hermit in reverse, have we done our homework on that? You want someone back? Are they good for you? Will they expand? Will they add value to your life, or will they detract from your life? You want to end something with someone. Is that correct? Are they adding value to your life if they leave? Or are they detracting value from your life if they leave? These are just questions I'm posing as the reader. I have no actual answers. Your second card is Temperance. So again, well, that's 2 for Sagittarius on the board with the Wheel of Fortune and Temperance. So that's the primary and the secondary. So some of you are definitely dealing with Sagittarius or someone with significant Sagittarius placements. That Temperance is basically another angel. you got to do that work, Libra, or whoever we're talking about has to do that work that the Hermit is set to do, that the Hermit is here for. That energy needs to be turned in the upright, because Temperance is about having balance and perspective, not going too heavily with, you know, the logical mind, not going too heavily with the emotions, right? We want to have a balanced perspective. We want things to be as clear like visual. Why visual? What's that? Belief. Okay, sure. Okay. So what they're showing me is Temperance with balance, and the word visual that they gave to me is you've put in this cosmic order. You've requested from the universe, or you've created a mantra in your mind, or you've decided this is what I want. To put something to bed, to bring something back from the dead, whatever you've decided. And we have this hold up with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Your vision is not aligned with what you've said. Or your behavior with the Knight of Wands, your point of action, is not aligned with what you've said or what you visualize for yourself. So something here is misaligned. Definitely with that Hermit reversed next to the Temperance card. Absolutely, Libra. Something is misaligned here. Could be you. Again, your actions versus, you know, what you say, what you do. Those two things are not matching. Walk the walk, talk the talk. You got to do that. Or somebody has to do that. Something here about, yes, courage. Knight of Wands in reverse. That's a lack of courage. Because the Hermit, from everything I described for you with that character, with that card, taking a small little lantern into a huge cavernous, it's so dark you can't see the hand in front of your face, right? That's kind of scary. That's scary work. All you're carrying with you is a lantern and a staff, and you're in some Gandalf robe? Like, come on, that's not safe. It's scary. It's daunting. The approach, Knight of Wands in reverse, either total avoidance or getting into the fray, going in there and doing that work, but not really having an actual plan of action, not having sensibilities about you, going at it haphazardly, going at it quickly. I want to be with you. I want to be back with my ex. I want this person back. Again, why? You rush into it without thinking first. Wow. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. I hope it gives you clarity, because that's kind of all they're going to give me, I think. I feel yours is definitely either about a relationship, a situation with another person, or it's about something, Libra. Something inside of you is not aligned, and it needs to be properly balanced with the Temperance card, okay? Let's get on to Aquarius. Aquarius. Holy shit. I'm sorry, I don't want to scare you guys. Oh, I hear someone coming up the stairs. I think it's my sister. Let's find out. Oh, am I wrong? I heard someone come up the stairs, but let me see. And it's not like it's going to stop anything. I just want to be prepared in case she like busts in the door. No, maybe it wasn't her. Anyway, Aquarius, you have the Tower card and the Empress in reverse. So like I said a second ago, holy shit. Of the three, it seems that whatever you've requested or whatever you've called out to the universe for, made a judgment call on, that shit is, I don't want to say it's wrecking your life, because the Tower, a lot of people are scared of the Tower as it is. So I don't want to make it like, oh, run for the hills, run for your life. No. The Tower, even though it looks incredibly destructive and it's scary, it ultimately does what it needs to do. It levels, not the playing field, but it levels like a structure. It levels what was standing so long in your life and it crumbles it to the ground on purpose for a reason, even if it is uncomfortable to experience, Aquarius. It was the neighbors. I wonder if you guys can hear like all that. This apartment is very audible. Anyway, if this is about a relationship, which for Aquarius, I feel similar to Libra, it's very relationship heavy. Either releasing someone or walking away from someone or whatever, or inviting someone back into your life, it's going to really turn everything in your life up, not upside down. It's really going to shake things up, basically. In some of your cases, that's going to be great. In some of your cases, that's going to be awful. It's a general reading, so I can feel it. It can go both ways. Regardless of how it happens for you, Aquarius, that is the way it's supposed to happen. That is confirmed because you have the Wheel of Fortune coming out with your clarifying the Tower, or clarified by the Tower. So that's good for some of you. That's bad for some of you. And, you know, secondary major, excuse me, the Tower is the secondary, I didn't mention this, the Tower is the secondary major arcana for Aries. The Empress card, secondary major arcana for Libra and Taurus. So you could be dealing with any of those signs or none of them at all. It is a general. But this Tower, you know, Aquarius, they're drawing me to the not the archetype, but your ruling planet, Uranus, right? Uranus, however you want to say it. That planet. Oh, what? Miko, I'm almost done. I promise. Right, Uranus. That's your ruling planet for a reason, because, you know, that is the planet of change, of transformation, of upheaval, revolutionary upheaval, evolutionary change. Yeah. So to release a person, to welcome a person back, to walk away from someone or to walk towards them, whatever your situation is, however it unfolds, this is a monumental change in your life. For those who have been with someone and you walk away, or they walk away from you, or you release them, they release you, whatever, I feel a lot of you are fretting that change, but I want you to be assured you're okay. A lot of you are like not looking forward to that, and others of you yes, in the group that we're talking about relationships splintering off or splitting off, you're not happy about it. Probably it's what you wanted, but now that it's coming, you're like buyer's remorse almost. Or it's what the other person wants and you're just like holding on for dear life. Like these two people falling out of that tower, you're just like, no, I don't want to go. And it's like, you gotta go, man. That's the timing of it. You gotta go right now. And it will leave someone in a disarray with that Knight of Wands. This could be like philandering, really? Okay, sure, philandering. One or a few of my guides are like really like old. Because they give me all these old words. Anyway, philandering. So like a person, you know, it happens. You get dumped. Some people, they get dumped, they get broken up with or whatever, or they break up with someone else and then they go put their dick in everything. No offense to anybody. And that's not to knock and say only male Aquariuses are doing that. You could be a female and you could be, you know, getting yourself plugged every night, whatever. But I feel for some of you, that's your reaction. I'm dumped, or I'm dumping someone and I'm just going to go out there and sow my wild oats. You can do that. That's your choice, but it's an unhealthy, I feel, an unhealthy way to react to being broken up with or breaking up with someone. Regardless, that tower is coming down at the right time in your life, Aquarius. If you're on the other side where you're reuniting, because again, the judgment is that either about putting something to rest or bringing it back from the dead. So some of you are bringing something back from the dead, or you're reuniting with someone, and that is at the right timing. And the Tower throws the both of you out, or you're both thrown out of the Tower, meaning it's monumental change in both of your lives. This union or reunion, whatever it is, gonna mess some stuff up for people. The foundation of something. So again, in timing and with this motion thing, or this withheld motion, or this delayed motion, it could be like a whirlwind. Like you meet someone, or you get reintroduced to someone, and then within a week, 2 weeks, 2 days, I don't fucking know, you guys are moving in together, or you're leaving your respective homes, you're moving to a different country together, some shit like that. It's crazy how quick in the group that's coming together with someone, it's so fast and so sudden, and it shocks, maybe not necessarily, okay, thank you. It feels like it shocks others as well. And maybe other people view it more as a Tower, because I feel for a few of you, not all of you in this union side of it, I feel that for some of you, your union is going to ripple out into other people's lives, and it's going to mess things up for other people. So how are they showing that to me? Families. So some of you, married, children, whatever, you get a divorce, you separate, do whatever, you move into a different relationship, boom. Your whole family situation that you've sat on for 10, 15, 20 years is out the window. And you're invested in a whole new relationship with someone else. Something like that. That's a lot of time to talk about the Tower. Let's move on. So your other card, Aquarius, is the Empress in reverse. Now, definitely for those that are separating, breaking up, whatever, Empress in reverse, you are not valuing yourself the way you need to. Like I said, you're putting your dick in everything, or you're letting somebody put something in you every other night, and it's just like, you can do that, you're an adult, I hope that you're safe and you do that, but I don't know that that's necessarily great, because that shows a lack of value. The Empress in reverse doesn't value themselves, whether they're male or female. They don't see their own power, they don't see their own beauty, they don't put I'm not gonna say that. Anyway, you basically sell yourself short. The Empress, when she's in the upright, I'll show you. She's sitting in that garden. She looks really pretty. She looks really relaxed. She looks very abundant, right? She worries about nothing because she has everything she needs. This Empress is fine if she's single. This Empress is fine if she's, dating. This Empress is fine if she's been married for 58 years. The confidence of the Empress when she's in the upright is unwavering. You have it in the reverse, Aquarius. So the confidence that your confidence takes a blow if you break up with someone, or you're dumped, or whatever your situation is. Your confidence is in the toilet, and your behavior with that Knight of Wands is showing it. Which I understand, fixed sign energy. When things are changed and you don't want them to change, or they change and they don't happen the way you think they're going to happen, it could blow you straight out the water, or like I said earlier, out the Tower, and you kind of lose your sense of self. It's temporary. It will not last forever. But maybe this is a wake-up call. Put your dick away. Don't pull your pants up, ma'am. Do whatever. Again, I'm not trying to be a prude here. I believe that sex is very healthy. I believe that being a person who has a healthy sex life is absolutely normal. But when you use sex to fill a void, or you use sex just to do it, it's like it has no value. Empress in the verse, no value. So if you're going to do it with purpose and do it with value. If you're just doing it because you're bored, why? But again, you're an adult. You can do whatever you want. So, Empress in the reverse for the people that are coming together, either in union, reunion, whatever it is. Oh, boy. That lack of confidence could be for someone else in like the peripheral or the secondary positioning of the Tower, right? Because if you think about a tower, any grand structure that is demolished, that comes crumbling to the ground, there are effects around the surrounding area, right? People don't just like tear down homes and like, you know, imagine like you, like where I live, we have terraced housing or row homes, right? If you tear down a house in the middle of the block, you just don't let the neighbors, the immediate neighbors, stay in their home. You're like, you give out notices. We're going to tear down this house in the middle of the building or in the middle of the block. You guys should probably, you know, vacate because there might be certain damage that happens. So when the tower hits in your life, other people are affected. So someone outside for this union group, someone outside of the two people come together, knocks their confidence. Again, could be the children, the ex-partner, could be the friends who are like so used to like going out doing like single ladies night down at the bar. One of their friends gets wifed up or husband up or whatever, leaves the group. Now they're insecure. I don't have my drinking buddy. I don't have my wingman. I don't have my wing woman. I'm not sexy now. Who's allowing their confidence and their sexiness to reside on somebody else's shoulders? I don't know. But somebody takes a confidence hit outside of the union, I feel. Oh, maybe in the union. Okay, hold on. All right, pick it up. Okay. Oh, man. Ah! Oh, that's for the reunion. Okay. For those coming back with someone that you've known before, one of you is not secure. You're saying you're secure. You've wished for this. You've wanted this. The universe is like, are you sure? Are you positive? Because we're about to send it down the line. And now it comes down the line. And in combination with the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Empress in the reverse, someone might have wanted this union purely for sex, purely to fill carnal desires, or to fill some void. Maybe someone recently broke up. Maybe. Could be you. You know who you are, Aquarius. You know your life better than I do. But someone may have recently broke up with someone else, and now they come back to you, or you go back to them, or whatever. And the motivation, again, is not the best. I don't want to be lonely. Oh, God. I don't want to... I'm about to stop because I can't deal with energy like that. But someone is filling a void. I don't want to be lonely at night. I don't want to sleep by my... Like, give me a break. I don't want to sleep by myself. What the fuck are you? A 5-year-old? Like, give me... Sorry, I don't want to judge, but, like, that's... And I don't know where that's coming from. That could be, like, some criticism coming from somebody else. Or that could be self-criticism. But someone knows that their motivation for going back to someone is to fill a void, is to avoid loneliness. And that's, to me, that's poor motivation. And it's insincere. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Totally insincere. Absolutely. All right, Aquarius, that's it. All right, air signs, I appreciate you guys watching this video today. If you liked it, there's a like button down below. You can leave comments letting me know how this resonated in your life. You can share the video across your social media platforms. And of course, you can subscribe if you are not already subscribed. You guys, I will see you guys soon when I do the individual October readings. I'll do those either later this week or sometime next week. So you have those to look forward to. Libra, you guys here in the center, I'm going to be doing a live for your birthday messages, live readings for you guys during your birthday period, excuse me, sometime in the middle of October. So look out for that. Join me in the chat if you want to. Get a free reading from me. Who wouldn't like that? So I have that to look forward to with Libra. But as for Gemini and Aquarius, I will see you guys at the monthlies for October and, of course, the mids after that. So I appreciate all of you guys taking your time and watching the video today. Thank you so, so much. Take care. Bye.